So we are going to start chapter 3, exponential and logarithms. After binomial expansion, I would say this is one of the easiest chapter in P2. So you can write the title 3.1 exponential functions first.
Yeah.
In P1 we have learned linear function, quadratic function, cubic function and a reciprocal function and all, right?
Yeah.
Now you need to learn a new graph representing this exponential function. There are two graphs actually. One is this, y is equal to a power x. The a has to be bigger than 1. If you replace x by 0, anything power 0 is 1, so y-intercept is this.
Okay.
That's the first graph. And the second one, if a is smaller than 1, x origin y, if a is smaller than 1, the graph will be like a reflection, 0, 1. That's y is equal to a power x. A is bigger than 0, that means positive number, but smaller than 1. Okay. Now you can copy that later. These are all the two graphs, exponential graphs. The a can be any real number. If it's bigger than 1, you need to draw this graph. If it's smaller than 1, you need to draw this graph. Understand?
Yeah.
And they might expect, so the moment they ask you to sketch an exponential function, you should immediately look for this condition, whether it's bigger than 1 or smaller than 1, because that will determine the shape of the curve. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at a question from this exercise. Exercise 3A, question number 1. Draw an accurate graph of 1.7 to the power x. We know 1.7 is more than 1, right?
Yeah.
So you need to draw this graph, x. You see, always I label the axis and origin before I sketch the graph. So sketch the graph. This is y is equal to 1.7 to the power x with the y-intercept. They say minus 4 to 4, so stop it at minus 4 and 4. Okay, this is 4.
Yeah.
Use your graph to solve the equation 1.7 to the power x is equal to 4. So just draw this line, y is equal to 4 now. This is y is equal to 4, right? And the solution is this point actually. Okay. You need to learn logarithms to find the actual solution. Okay, and then they're not going to ask you this type of question in the exam, so do not worry about the solution now. After learning the logarithm, I'll teach you how to find the solution. If the unknown is in, I'll just quickly explain. You need to put it in your calculator, log 4 to the base 1.7, that would be x. Okay, you can use this button in your calculator. You will see two boxes, put 4 here, 1.7 here, you will get the answer. But do not worry about it now. We will learn about the logarithms later. There is one more question, a similar question, but they want you to sketch f of x is 3 power x, 3 is bigger than 1. They want you to sketch all these graphs. Now let's look at the first one, a, f of x. So it's just x, y, origin. This is the graph f of x. Y is equal to f of x, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what transformation is this when the f of x is multiplied by 2?
It's off when it's inside the bracket.
No, it's not inside the bracket, right? The 2 is outside the bracket.
Alright, the y.
Y coordinates will be multiplied by 2, right?
Yeah.
So this becomes 0, 2. That's y is equal to 2 f of x. Understand?
Yeah.
Now the third one. What transformation is that?
It shifts to the left by 4.
No. You can't mix up these two. F of x minus 4 is what you say. Even you don't shift to the left side, you shift to the right side. If the 4 is outside, the graph will go down 4 units, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So number 3, need to draw x and y. Okay, we need to move down 4 units. So you see how I am sketching it. X, y, origin. I need to explain one more thing here in this graph, right? The graph has a horizontal asymptote here. The x-axis is the horizontal asymptote. So when you move the graph up or down, you need to move the horizontal asymptotes as well. Okay?
Okay.
So the original graph was this, with this 1. Now when we move down 4 units, first you need to move the horizontal asymptote from x-axis to y is equal to -4. Always mention the equation of the asymptote. And the graph will be here. 1 becomes 1 minus 4 minus 3.
Yeah.
That's the graph. And then number 4, can you tell me what transformation is number 4?
This is the one where you times it by 2.
Times the x coordinate by 2, right?
Yeah.
So the graph is something like this. That's it. That's y is equal to f of half x. Here y is equal to f of x minus 4. Understand the transformations?
Yeah.
Let's look at one more question. Question number 6. The graph y is equal to ka power x passes through these 2 points. Find the values of k and a. In fact, you don't need to sketch the graph or anything. Just sub in the point. Y is equal to ka power x, right? Take the first point. Replace y by 6, x by 1. It's just ka, right?
Yeah.
Take it as equation 1. Take the second point. You will get 48 is equal to ka power 4. Take it as equation 2. Solve the simultaneous equation. I'm going to divide the second equation by the first equation. So ka power 4 divided by ka is 48 over 6. So you will get a cube is equal to 48 over 6. 8, right? A is cube root of 8, which is 2. If you know a is equal to 2, you can sub in into this equation. From equation 1, 6 is equal to 2k, k is equal to 3. Understand? Easy one, right?
Yeah.
One last question from this exercise. Question number 7. The graph of y is equal to p q power x passes through these 2 points. By drawing a sketch or otherwise explain why q should be between 0 to 1. Look at the graph. Y is equal to p q power x. The power x is only for q, not for p. Okay, it's same like writing this way: 2 times 3 power x, or 2 times 1 over 5 power x, something like that. Okay, now let's just plot the points quickly on xy plane. -3 is here, y value 150 is here, let's say -3 comma 150. Okay, sorry, 150, right? So just I'll put it on top. -3 comma 150. Positive 2 is here, the point 0 0 is here, so definitely the graph goes like this, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So you can write when x as x increases, y decreases, right? Correct.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
When you want to sketch this graph, the a should be smaller than 1, right?
Yeah.
So in this graph, in the place of a you have q, so you can write therefore 0 is less than q less than 1. Understand?
Yeah.
Now they want you to find the values of constant p and q. It's same like the previous question. Sub in the points and find it. I'm gonna copy Copy the question here. Sub in the first point. So 150 is equal to p times q power minus 3. Right? Take it as equation 1. Sub in the second point. 0.048 is equal to p times q power 2. Equation 2. Take it as equation 2. Right?
Yeah.
You can just divide the equations. Equations 1 divided by 2. 150 divided by 0.048 is equal to p times q power minus 3 divided by p times q square, right?
Yeah.
And the p will be cancelled. If you bring q power minus 3 here, it becomes 1 over q power 5, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Flip both sides, you will get q power 5 is equal to 0.048 divided by 150. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So q is going to be fifth root of that value. I'm going to calculate it now. 0.048 divided by 150, and then fifth root of the answer. We get 1 over 5. Right? Q is 1 over 5. When q is 1 over 5, sub in here or into the first one. 0.048 is equal to p times 1 over 5 square, which is 1 over 25. So multiply by 25. So 25 times 0.048, you will get 6 over 5 as p. Understand?
Yeah.